Speaking of compliance, perhaps we could conclude on what I see to be something that people aren't talking about a lot is the agency's obligation to begin to inspect these, or not just inspect them, but begin to actually take action on compliance and like perhaps some penalties being imposed. And I know that the agency is not necessarily trying to do that and wants to more work with partners with a lot of these licensees, but I can envision a time when there's going to be a bit more enforcement on these rules, and of course the penalties that are contained within. Can you comment on that? Sure. Because I think licensees really need to know that there's going to be some stepped up enforcement, and they have to be held accountable not only to the plans that they submit with their applications, but also with the manner of which that they operate.
Sure. I do think it's important when it comes to our role as a regulatory agency that there are times that you have to shift from coaching into punishing. There are certain violations or patterns of violations that start to look toward, risking public health, safety, and welfare, and we need to start taking action. And we focus a lot of our energy, because this is a new industry, it's highly regulated, and we're dealing with a lot of business operators that, if operating in that gray market previously, 2008 to 2016, needed some help in understanding how to adhere to the requirements. You look at, say, using the statewide monitoring system. That was new to all of us, so we didn't want to be too nitpicky when it came to mistakes that were made there, just help people run a compliant operation. But you're absolutely right. We're getting to that point now where we're going to have to turn our attention not only into continuing to educate and coach so that individuals can run a compliant operation, but if there are violations of the ACTA rules where there may be situations where we have to take action and issue fines, penalties, suspend licenses for periods of time, and potentially even take licenses away for individuals that demonstrate a lack of ability to run a compliant operation, either willfully or just out of a lack of capability, because there's a lot on the line here. Businesses are putting tremendous investment into this marketplace, and there's a lot on the line when it comes to patient and consumer safety as well. And that's an important part of regulation, is that not everyone can be allowed to continue if they can't abide by the rules.
Thank you for that.